boys in my hood were all great at pretend. Could turn jungle gyms into castles, turn a dirt courtyard into an Indy 500 track, take patches of grass and make a four-star restaurant menu because they had to stay humble. The boys in my hood would sling Pokemon cards in the alleyways, crowd into a bedroom around one game system with holes in their Spider-Man socks with gapped buck teeth smiles and nappy heads. The boys in my hood could name all the best animes, knew all the superheroes and their villains, could recite sport facts faster than their snapbacks would fade, and these black boys grew into some hood men who are still able to play pretend, to turn to their game systems instead of gangs, just being the masters of their worlds. And I believe in magic. Black men have it, so your stereotypes are tragic. Not all men in the hood are the same. If a criminal is all you see, then it's a shame because boys in my hood grew up to be fantastic. Some landed in caskets, but they all have that magic. Welcome to Hashtag Why Lit Chat. I'm Sahara with the St. Louis Public Library, and in this chat, we typically talk about fiction and nonfiction young adult novels, as well as nonfiction and fiction juvenile titles for tweens. We also talk about mangas and graphic novels. So today, we're continuing our celebration of National Poetry Month, and we're going to talk about some great books. Let's get into it. You aren't ready. I'm barely ready. No, let's go. For today's selection, we have a graphic juvenile title called The Crossover. This was written by Kwame Alexander, and it was published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Books. Now, this is available in its original format on Hoopla, not the graphic novel, but the actual in-verse portion. So, let's get into this today. I think this is amazing. I wanted to share it with you because of the graphics in here and the poetry. Josh Bell is my name, but Filthy McNasty is my claim to fame. Folks call me that 'cause my game's acclaimed. So downright dirty, I'll put you to shame. My hair is long, my height's tall. See, I'm the next Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Chris Paul. Remember the greats, my dad likes to gloat. I balled with Magic and the GOAT. But tricks are for kids, I reply. Don't need your pets, my game's so fly. Mom says your dad's old school like an old Chevette. You're fresh and new like a red Corvette. Your game's so sweet, it's crepe Suzette. Each time you play, it's all net. If anyone else called me fresh and sweet, I'd burn mad as a flame, but I know she's only talking about my game. See, when I play ball, I'm on fire. When I shoot, I inspire. The hoop's for sale, and I'm the buyer. This is so dope. I love the rhythm of this book, and it just looks really amazing. And it has some great images all throughout, which is why I chose the graphic novel as opposed to just the regular book. Because you can really put the story into images, and it has a great flow. So this is about basketball phenomenon Josh Bell and his twin brother Jordan, and they are kings of the court, and with their crossovers, they make other ballers cry. So it's just their story, and it really is really cool to see, and I definitely think you should check it out. You guys know what time it is. It's time for Shelve It or Read It. Would I leave the book on the shelf or would I check it out and read it? Up first, we have Emmy in the Key of Code, and this is by Amy Lucido, and it's about sixth grader Emmy who tries to find her place in a new school and figure out how she can create her own kind of music using the computer. Now, I thought I would really love it, you guys, but I would leave it on the shelf because I couldn't make my way through it. But you should definitely check it out. I think coding is fun, though. on the other side. Then we have House Arrest, which is by K.A. Holt. And this is about Timothy, who's on probation. And it's a strange world when something like this happens to you. And there are no other kids like him. So he's on house arrest for like a year. And he must check in weekly with his probation officer and a therapist and keep a journal. And he has to stay out of trouble. But he has some family struggles and a lot of other things going on. So I would read it. I think it's interesting. A kid who's in house arrest. I mean, how does that work? What's that like? And then we have Love That Dog, which is by Sharon Creech. And it's about a young student who comes to love poetry through a personal understanding of what different famous poems mean to him, and he finds himself inspired and wanting to write poems. I think I couldn't tell that this was what that book was about from the title, so I would read it just to figure out why it was called Love That Dog. Does he love that dog? All right. That's it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's selection, give this video a thumbs up. Also, head over to slpl.org so you can register for our virtual events that we have available for you. One in particular is our Teen Poetry and Lyrics Lab, and that is happening on May 15th and May 29th from noon to 1:30 p.m. So make sure you go ahead and register now. I would like to thank Kwame Alexander and Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Books for this amazing graphic novel. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and your poetry month. Okay, we're closing out with a bang. And I'll see you next Friday at noon for your latest new favorites. Peace.